Hey guys, welcome to video number 2, and we are going to be making a reversible bonnet. I know I do have a video on how to make a reversible bonnet, but I have 2 or 3 more additional things to add on this video. So what I will be doing today, I'll be using two different colors of satin fabric. I'll be using the red and the black. I have already cut mine, but if you do not know how to cut, I do have a video. It's called Basics for Bonnets, how to make a pattern and cut fabric. It's somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn to put my black fabric first, right side facing up, and I'm going to put my red fabric right side facing down. So this means the right sides are facing each other. So once I am done, I am going to go ahead and put these weights. You don't need to, I just put mine, feel them, so I can take my clips and clip the sides together. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to clip all around the bonnet real quick. So if you are doing business, clips are faster than pins, in my opinion. These can be a little more pricey. What I use is I use the regular cloth ones, the one you can hang your clothes to dry. The wooden ones or the plastic ones, those are the ones that I use. It makes it faster for me than using pins. So once I am done, I am going to sew around my bonnet with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I am going to leave few 2 inches, and that will help me turn around the fabric inside out, I mean. So I'm going to put a mark right here for 2 inches, here and here. So I'm going to start right here, and I am going to stop right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I do it on my sewing machines, because I do have extra instructions on how to set up your sewing machine for different types of fabric colors, I mean. So now that we are on our sewing machine, I am going to touch up on something. When you are doing different colors of fabric, like what I have here, you will also need to put different colors of thread. So I am going to put red on my top, and I am going to put black on my bobbin. That means when I'm sewing on this side, it's gonna be black. When I'm sewing on this side, it's going to be red. You do not want to put the same color, because then you either have a red fabric running on a red thread running on your black fabric, and that does not look good for business. So I'm going to go ahead and thread my machine real quick, and we can start sewing our bonnet. Okay, so the machine is already threaded, and remember earlier when we were pinning the fabrics, I did put 2 marks where to start and end. So I am going to start sewing right here, and I am going to stop once I reach on this mark right here. So let's go ahead and get started. And always remember, whenever you're starting, you have to do a back stitch. we are done with the first step of sewing. As you can see, I started here and stopped right here, and I insisted you use different colors of thread, so you see it's one neat thing. This is red, this side is black. So what we are going to do next is we are going to turn it inside out. This is the part that we left, so just like that. As easy as that. So once you finish turning it inside out, you are going to take your whatever you use to iron. I have this ironing mat and my iron. And what I'm going to do is I am going to iron this fabric right here that we just made. So what you do is you want to pull and iron. Make sure you pull everything and iron. We are back to where we started. This is the tiny part that we left earlier. So what you want to, this is how it looks. So when you're ironing, you just want to pop it and tuck it inside and iron on top of it. So now that we are done, the next thing we are going to top stitch on around again. So this is the part where it depends on what type of elastic you're using. If you're using 2-inch elastic, 3/4 inch elastic, 1/2 inch elastic, or 1-inch elastic, you will add a tiny bit. So let us say, let me use this clear ruler. This is a little bit more clear. So if your elastic is 1 inch, the width of it is 1 inch, you want to add 1/2 of the space that you're going to be the elastic case on your fabric. Okay, I'm not sure if you understood me. I'm going to repeat it again. So if you're using 1 inch of elastic, you're going to add 1/2, and that's the amount of space you are going to leave on your fabric. So you're going to start your sewing space right here. That's your elastic casing. So I am going to go ahead and go to my sewing machine, and I am going to stop stitch all around. This time we are not leaving anything, we are stitching around the whole thing. So we are on our sewing machine. What we are going to do is we're going to make sure we do the same thing, meaning the red thread is on top and the black thread, the bobbin is black. So let's begin sewing our elastic case. always start by back stitching, and we are good to go. So we have done top stitching. I want you to pay attention again. I used red thread on the red side and black thread on the black side. This looks very, very neat. It's good for business too. So the next step is we are going to be adding elastic to our bonnet. So I am going to be measuring 20 for my elastic. So once I'm done, I'm going to take safety pins. I usually use 2. If you've watched my previous video, you know I put one right here and one right here. So what I do is I am going to find the place that we left earlier. Remember, right here, this is the part we didn't sew when we were sewing the first time. I am going to put this here and close it. Then I am going to take this pin here and start putting it inside. With time, you will get fast, so no need to worry. You want to push the pin and pull, push the pin and pull. It is very, very easy, and as you go, your bonnet is forming. So we are back to where we started, right here, and this is it. So I'm going to take this part right here. I'm going to take the other part of my elastic right here. So what I am going to do, I'm going to take these pins out. I am going to go to my sewing machine and sew these parts together. So I want you to pay attention. Don't go and sew like that. You want to put one on the bottom, one on the top, and sew this part up. I'm gonna repeat it. Do not do this and sew here. Do this and sew this part right here. So let's go to our sewing machine. To make it easy, I am going to take this part out and put it right there, and I'm going to pull right there and sew these two together. I am going to use a zigzag stitch because a zigzag stitch will still let your elastic stretch. So let's begin. So this is what I did. I used a zigzag stitch and I made a tiny square and an X. If you use a zigzag stitch, your elastic will still stretch. So what I do next is I just pull and tuck everything in. But before I do all the adjustments, I am going to go to my sewing machine and close this part that we left way in the beginning when we started. Right, this part right here, just top stitch it and you'll be done. Again, make sure your red side is on top and your black side is down, just to make sure you do not mix up the color of the red. So we are going to top stitch right here. Oh, sorry, you want to go back to your straight stitch. Be very careful that you do not stitch on top of the elastic. So I have top stitched and I still paid attention to making sure the red thread was on top and the black thread was on the bottom. So this is now done. What you are going to do next is just pull and make sure just, you know, everything comes together. You make sure your elastic is evenly distributed. And this is it. Your bonnet is done. It can be worn on different sides. Both can be worn, either the red side outside or the black side outside. So this is how you make your bonnet, your reversible bonnet for business. So if you are going to be making this for personal use, enjoy your bonnet, and if you are going to be making it for business, go make that money. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.